Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. We are here with a show review, and today it's I was just going to say Two Bros. It's not Two Bros. It is the
No.
PCA Northeast. Sorry, we actually did like 5 minutes, and then my laptop died. So this is take two. But nobody will ever know that because it didn't even save. Nobody will ever see it. It was just a wasted 5 minutes of our life, but we're back. So basically, we're going to do as we do, and we're also going to get on Mr. Magic Eye Media himself because he was in the medium bodybuilding class, which was like a really, really good class. So he's going to be on soon in 10 minutes or so. But yeah, we're just going to go through the classes as we always do, go through not the CMP, PCA reels because I saw CMP there. Thank you, as always, to PCA for the reels and letting us use these. I mean, they just put them on social media and we use them. Disclaimer, if you don't want to be on the podcast, as we've said before, please do let us know. And we do apologize if anybody's offended by anything we say. But this is just a new show. We're just letting people know what happened and what we think. So
Yeah.
go ahead, mate. This was first time as bodybuilding, these five.
Yeah. Now I saw first timers and I said I thought it was a bit strange, like not to say they can't enter first timers, but why as a first timer would you enter first timers if you're not just wanting to do a first timer show? Based on the fact that PCA literally have what, 6 first timer shows now, and they're literally every 6 weeks. So it's like I'm not gonna say you can't do it, but it's a bit like, why are you not just do a whole first timer show, bro? That's my opinion at least. Where do you stand on that, Finn? What's your thoughts?
I don't really think it matters. Like, if there's a first timers class and it works out, like in terms of your timeline, and you want to do that show, and you're like, oh, cool, there's a first timers class, and I've never competed. I don't really think it's a
Yeah, I
problem.
could jump in.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think it's.
I'm not saying it's.
I know what you mean. Like, if it
I
was
just don't think.
like with clients, we'll go right. You're a first timer. Let's look at a first timer show. We wouldn't just go, let's look at this show and hope, or I think they've got a first time. You'd look at those shows
Yeah,
specifically. But yeah, so first timers bodybuilding. That guy won, and then to be fair, I think the junior class was a good one. So you remember we spoke about this guy. You said it was your old client's boyfriend, Matt, his name is. And we saw that issue with his calf, left to right calf. He came
yeah,
fourth.
yeah,
So obviously the class must have been
yeah,
decent. Not coming up.
yeah.
Here we go.
For
Very good
which
class.
is
He won a show.
because yeah, no, you say decent. Yeah, yeah. I think you say he was pretty poor, especially on his back. Like the arms, everything was pretty meh. I also think as well because they would have seen him sharper. I don't think he was loads softer. I just don't think he had the same sort of pop.
Mm.
I actually saw because Jazz put up a story of him, and I clicked on like his account, and I saw the photos that he uploaded or like that were uploaded of him, from his previous show, and he doesn't look as good in this show. But I also think as well the tan, like why is the tan like that? Was it because he was over sweating? Was he spilled over slightly, whatever. I think I saw his coach say the water came out, but it just came out when he was on stage. So it's like you might have like, where you miss your peak slightly, you don't look as good
Posing, he looked
because he's not out of shape. Yeah, he's not where he's out of shape at all. He looks really good. It's just a case where they've probably seen him be better and they've gone, well, you're not as sharp as this guy. Your tan's not as good. And maybe your posing as well, maybe wasn't as good. But again, like he looks really good. I think he's going for the universe, if I'm not mistaken. And to be fair, for a junior going into the universe, I'd be wary of him because if he's 10% better than this, which to be fair, he probably easily could be, I think he could be taking that title home pretty easily because he's got a hell of a lot of muscle. Like he's got a hell of a lot of muscle. Bar his left calf. He's not got a lot of muscle there, but everywhere else.
but obviously this was a decent class. So Cam Young
Yeah.
in third. But yeah, 100%, like you say, because Matt wasn't at his best, you always get marked down, like if they've seen you better before. Um, so yeah, Cam Watt in third,
Yeah, definitely. I
second.
agree.
The guy in second looked good. Um,
Like,
sorry guys,
like that third to fourth, like the third to fourth. I'm sorry.
his
The
tam looked
guy in
good.
fourth, he looks better than the guy that finished, like in my opinion.
Yeah,
And then Harry, yeah, yeah. Tan looks really good.
yeah, his tam
Incredibly
looked good.
good looking bloke. This guy. He's a really good looking guy.
Great wheels as well, as Ryan Sapstead says. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his surname, but yeah, like Matt
Yeah,
shouldn't realistically be
yeah, he
losing to
looks good.
him. He looks great, don't get me wrong, but Matt obviously has a lot more muscle.
No.
he just obviously wasn't at his best. But yeah, he looked really
Yeah.
good. I thought his tan stood out. Like he stood out in terms of like his tan was really good. And then Scott Harrison was the winner. But again, like he looks great. Upper body really good. Lower body obviously not quite as developed. Posing's really, really good.
Yeah.
But again, like Matt at his best, I would imagine would still beat Scott.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean in the way of like when I saw him get fourth, I was like, what's
Yeah,
happened
I
there?
was surprised. I
But then when
thought
you
that must be
see,
a really good class. And
yeah,
then third, second, first were
yeah,
good, but I wouldn't have said like, so much better than him.
it would be, I guarantee he's probably got off stage and he's gone a bit like, oh, fuck, because he should really win in this class. Like he should be winning that. So yeah, it's obviously a shame to see, but then also at the same time, learn from it. You won the previous show. Like it probably will actually do him good into his next shows because he'll go, okay, cool, I do need to be better. And maybe he let his foot off the gas slightly. Again, we don't know, but that can happen after you pretty much
Yeah,
obliterate a class. You go, oh
yeah.
shit, I'm fucking amazing. Yeah.
This was the
We have
novice
Sam here. Sam Hayes.
winner. Yeah, it looks really good. Very good physique. Obviously, we spoke before. I'm not 100% sure what they actually deem as a novice within PCA. We ought to double check that because, like we've said, we've seen people before be like classed as a novice champion, but then still competing in novice. But yeah, so he won novice, looked really good. Men's classic. Again, I've not seen these yet.
How do you reckon you pronounce his surname? De Soiza?
Yeah,
Like,
De
sounds
Souza.
like a random. Like one of those like NPC AIs that you get on in like pro clubs on FIFA 13.
Yeah,
Like you
Lee De
just get a left
Souza,
back
left
who's like
winger.
5 foot.
I thought it'd be a left
Yeah,
winger.
yeah. And you just like, oh, don't pass it to like the Soiza guy. He's shit.
He's
That's what you get in pro club. Shit. Yeah, he's lean.
very
Yeah,
lean.
very lean.
James Bichard.
It-
Bicard.
yeah, I'm thinking
Sorry, James, but you
Richard, but
Richard, but with a B.
Richard.
Richard, yeah.
Yeah,
He's peeled, mate.
Richard, bro. Yeah, he's really
James,
lean.
let us know if you're watching how to pronounce your surname. But yeah, he looks really good.
Someone's called him Bish. Hey, someone called him Bish. It's Bish. Bish.
Oh,
Someone called
maybe
him Bish. He's
Bishard.
Bichard.
Bishard, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Fair play to him. Like that's
yeah.
really good.
Really, really lean. If he was to bring up his adductors, and to be fair, I think it's probably a posing issue more
His
so
whole
from the
body
front,
as
but his
well.
adductors are like crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
also
but like the thing is, and this is about these sort of shows, like if when he's in this condition, it's like, right, just add tissue and you'll have a really nice rebound. He could easily get like 30, 40 pounds up from him and still be in good nick because he's skinned.
yeah,
He's absolutely peeled. So yeah, looks really good.
fair play.
Definitely more lower body, just more muscle everywhere, but
Yeah,
good
he's
shape.
got. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a decent sort of potential and structure for classic.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, then we're on to over 40s. First place, Ricky Moore. He's got a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I love that smile. Yeah.
He's good, man.
Yeah, look at his midsection.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got that
Veiny.
midsection
Like,
of meat.
isn't that he's got that master sort of like skin. Do you not
Yeah,
think? Just like
yeah, just
grainy midsection that's like
muscle
you just don't
maturity,
get that.
trained for years and years and years. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he was the standout definitely in that class.
Yeah.
Men's over 50s, second place. Yeah, again, like you say, it's just like a grainy kind of look, but it is just literally muscle maturity and it having that amount of muscle and also probably just
Yeah.
multiple times dieting, like being able to get
Yeah.
into condition easier each time and having that experience. Oh yeah, I saw this guy
Yeah.
with the glasses on. Have you seen him? He's got sunglasses on.
No, I haven't seen him. Is he pulling a Edgar Davids and wearing some
He is.
shades or whatever?
Yeah, he is. Wait, you'll see. You see, well, you can kind of see now. You'll see more
Yeah.
when he turns down. But he's got a great physique. But it's weird, isn't it?
When he
Like
turns
because it's different, because
yeah.
he's got sunglasses on, you go, oh, he's got sunglasses on, instead of actually just looking at his physique. I don't know if
Yeah.
is he like obviously we don't know. Is he wearing them? Is it actually like an eyesight issue? I'm not sure. Maybe it is. It's one thing you
Yeah.
never see in bodybuilding.
It
You
might
never,
be Edgar.
yeah, but you never
Yeah.
see that, do you? Like you never see blind bodybuilders. But realistically, there's no
No.
reason you couldn't be a blind bodybuilder. Like
Mate, mind to muscle
Still train.
connection would be.
Well, mate, yeah, like
Like,
you can still train, can't you? You need obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You need someone to probably help you with like putting the plates on and stuff, but and making sure you don't hurt yourself. But still, like that'd be cool to find out why he's wearing those glasses. But he looked good.
well, I imagine he stood in on the center, so it wasn't like he started his posing routine on the edge. So he probably can see somewhat,
Yeah,
like just
but maybe
judging on where he
maybe it's
actually
just the
started his
style.
posing.
To be fair, some people wear like you're allowed obviously like
Yeah.
props kind of for their routine, don't they? So this was the
Mm.
class of the day.
Yes, definitely the best class. This is the men's medium.
So top three were very good.
I wonder.
I think even the guy like
Yeah, I wonder who's got.
I don't know if they posted. Oh, they did. Look, they posted it down to seventh. That shows you when it's a good class. They posted all the way down to seventh.
Crazy.
Usually they'll post maybe the
Yeah,
top
that is.
three, top five if it's a good class. They posted everybody. I think
Yeah.
pretty much. Maybe one or two missed out. I'm not sure. We've seen that guy. Sorry, Alex. I'm sure we've seen and gone through his physique on a previous one. But mate, like sixth place, he'd be winning shows in.
Mm.
If he'd have gone into 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, we'd be probably looking at him going, yeah, the medium guy was good. But it's just the
Mate, if
standard.
he walks into the first one of the season, he'd fucking win the overall.
Yeah,
It's that
that
the
was the
difference
first
of
time
standard.
though.
Like
That was
these,
a first time.
yeah, yeah, true. But yeah, no, he looks really good to be
I
fair.
actually think he'd
Like
be
good
decent for the
flow, good
classic.
shape.
Like that
Yeah,
side
I think
chest looked
he
quite
would be
nice
that
for like
side.
classic, and his
Yeah,
lower body's a bit
yeah, I
weak.
thought that side chest. Definitely,
Nice wide lats,
yeah, that
like
side chest definitely. Yeah,
yeah,
no, 100%. He
bit
was
more
a bit
conditioning.
sharper and
Yeah, I was
probably
gonna say a bit more
yeah, not
conditioning.
sweating.
Really good.
Yeah, yeah. No, the thing is, it's one of those where like he looks like a guy who probably from the front, like I bet all his boys are like, yeah, bro, you're ready. When from the back, you're like, he's still a good amount, a little bit to come off. Like that's again, but it happens. A lot of people are like that. Like from the front, you wouldn't look at him and say he could be sharper, but from the back and from the side, you go, yeah, he probably
When
could
it
be.
comes down to
But if he was to be
bodybuilding,
peeled,
yeah, like when it's
yeah,
bodybuilding, like it does make a big difference, doesn't it? That difference in detail from the rear shots. Like as soon as someone turns the rear, and if there's no detail in the glutes or the hamstrings, straight away you're thinking, ah, oh,
yeah.
they're not quite there.
Right. And what you saying pronunciation? This is
Oh, it's
hard.
sound, mate. It's an
I feel
easy one. It's Timer Two's Tiglegelski.
imagine the Scottish guy going and going, huh? He
Yeah,
can't even pronounce Sanaya.
yeah.
Sanaya or
No, it says Sanya, Sanya, doesn't he?
yeah, yeah. So
This guy's
imagine him
really
trying to
good.
pronounce this. He probably go, "We've got TT, God
Yeah, it's
TT,
easier, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah." Or Tim, time Tim, yeah, TYM, Tim,
Yeah, Tim.
Tim Tagel, yeah, Tagelski's his surname probably.
Good. Got a lot of muscle, good quads, good glutes, good shape.
Yeah,
Again, for him to be in fifth, like,
yeah,
really wouldn't surprise me like, if we'd have seen him a couple of weeks back winning a show.
yeah, definitely. Got Leon here, Leon John at Murphy.
The standard of this class was very good.
I'm always a bit of a I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't like when people start their routines and they're not facing the front. I don't know why. I'm not too sure. I just think a routine you should face the front to begin with. Who am I to say? But I like to see someone from the front and then they turn around. Like, when people start and they're like already turned around or something, it's like, come on, man. I want to see you from the front first.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think it really makes much of a difference.
No, it really doesn't. I just, for some reason, every time I see someone, I'm like, when are you going to turn around? When are you going to turn around? I'm not too sure. I just always think, oh, yeah, he looks really good.
So then in
Some
third was Matt Top.
crazy lower lats.
Huh?
That guy previously had some crazy lower lats. When he was walking off, you could see like his lower lats just like hanging off. Like, looked
Yeah.
really good. Yeah,
So
we got Matt. Funnily enough, this goes again to show how high the standard is. Matt got second in the two bros super heavyweights, and the lineup was ridiculous. It had Nathan Heckles, Tom, what's his name? I always forget his name. Tom Hemmings. Yeah, Tom Hemmings.
Yeah.
And yeah, like he came second, if I'm not mistaken, to the guy that won the pro card. And then like he comes into a show like this, and to be fair, you know what it is? I think it's because he shaved his beard off. He doesn't look as impressive now. The
Yeah,
beard's gone.
he put on his Instagram. He put 5 weeks ago, I was on the cusp of an IFBB Pro card. Today, it's third place at a regional show with an improved look. So obviously, he thinks this is a better look, and I don't know. Like I didn't analyze his physique enough before or now, but I mean, take his word from it. But 100%, like you say, it just shows the standard of the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think again. I've not paid attention and I've not analyzed. But my impression when I saw him was like, I don't think he looks better than when we
But
saw
I
him last
also
time.
think that's just the
But
PCA reels. I think, and
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
they don't maybe do quite as much justice. Like if we were there in person, that I bet that looks pretty crazy. But on
oh
here,
yeah,
it's like,
definitely,
yeah, it looks like it could be sharper. Uh,
yeah.
anyway, this is perfect timing. So,
Oh,
oh,
have you synced it
yeah.
perfectly? Hey, fantastic work.
Well, that was weird. Yeah, I have. Well, he's in the waiting room. I'm bringing him in now. So we're bringing in Magic Eye Media himself. Oh, there we go. He's even got his logo. Look, Jay Davies. Jay, if you can hear us, we're live, mate. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter if it takes you a while to work out the audio and everything. It always does. But Jay came second in the men's medium class.
Yes,
Here he
boys.
is,
Can you hear me?
mate. Look at this setup. Yeah, we can. Can you hear
Got
us,
my mic set up, so I'm not sure if you can
mate? It's lovely. It's crisp.
hear my end. To allow you to join my audio.
Right, we can hear you fine. Can you not hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can both hear you, mate. I'm pretty. Yeah,
Lads.
we can. Yes,
Can you hear?
this is what happens when you've got too much technology and you join with like a full-on. You can see he's got his laptop in front of him. He's just got everything set up perfectly. Meanwhile, me and
Does look
Finn,
like
no
it's-
mics.
I've
Well,
got
I've not even got a mic. I've got my MacBook. That's it. Just got a
Can you hear
MacBook
me?
Pro.
Jay, we
Yes.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, no?
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
can't I hear you?
You tell us, mate. You're the one that does all this. Can you hear us now? You've taken your headphones off.
Imagine it's
I've
just playing through his
muted
computer all
headphones.
the time. Yeah, he's had the headphones connected to the wrong thing.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
We're saying, mate, it's
Mate,
too
there's
complex.
always
Too much technology. My own fucking fault.
Right. So we've got Jay, Mr. Jay Davis, Magic Eye Media, as most of you will know him. Big fan of the podcast as well. We saw that you commented on the podcast a couple of times, mate. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening and watching. So,
My
mate,
pleasure.
perfect timing. We've just gone through like all the classes before you on the reels, and then you literally just popped into the waiting room when we were about to get onto your reel. So talk us through it, mate. Talk us through the day, the result.
no. Let's actually get into the drama first. How has this guy got Matt Tofton? How did you beat Matt, mate?
Mate, I don't know.
What did you
Like going into this show, it's for me, it wasn't about like, I'm not looking to. My ambition within bodybuilding isn't to be pro and chasing anything. I'm literally doing it for myself, and what comes from it comes from it. And then when I saw that Matt was doing it, obviously in the circles that I've been in the last 5, 6, 7 years, I know how of a credited bodybuilder Matt Tofton is and the accolades he's got. So I was like, fuck, okay. So Tofton's in it. Gonna have to go up against him. He's a super heavy normally, obviously, but he falls into the medium. He's the guy to come second to, basically. We're going into this show. And then with regards to the result, I mean, there's been a few comments online going, how the fuck did this guy beat Matt Tofton and stuff in the comment sections on the reel or whatever. And,
Yeah, top.
what's that?
We've got the comment here, coached by me, says, how did this guy beat Matt Tofton? So that's why I said, come on, address it,
What
mate.
happened to the
Yeah.
tan? What's gone with everyone's tan? So what happened with
Yeah.
everyone's tan looks
So
fantastic.
I've had a message from Ryan, obviously, who runs PCA, and number one, it was fucking roasted on that stage, so we were all dripping. And there was actually an issue with the heating in the building. I've got a message on my Facebook. He's basically said that there was an issue with the heat in there. So not only was the venue warm anyway, obviously on stage with the lighting, etc., but the heating issue just added to it, and it was a really fucking hot day outside as well. So combining all that together, mate, it was like a sauna on that stage. And there was a little room we had just before entering the stage, and that was like a fucking sauna as well. So we were in there getting glazed up and pumping up in there. And we were all just gasped, like searching for fucking pockets of air, really. We were in the stairwell. It was cooler in the stairwell than in this little room that we were in. So some boys were like, they were pumping up and they were melting before they'd even stepped on stage and gone through all their fucking compulsories and comparisons. So it was nuts. So that was the tan issue, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Shit happens, man. I mean, I'm not looking too deep into it. And with regards to these comments, I couldn't give a fuck about those either, to be honest. I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking too deep into it. People have got their opinions, but bodybuilding shows aren't won or lost based on fucking Instagram reels and Instagram stills that they've uploaded. There's a whole fucking show going on. I've just put a reel up and put a caption in myself, and I said, like, there's a whole show. You know, it comes down to how the show is run from top to bottom, you know, in terms of not just the poses and the amount of muscle that someone's got. Obviously, Matt is a lot bigger than me.
There's judges. Like, think about it. There's like, what, 8 judges? Like, if
Yeah.
they've thought if you're second, it doesn't matter. Like, the amount of, like, when I competed last year, I had loads of comments on my reel saying, how did this guy not win for one of the shows? And it's like, well, the judges didn't put me first. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got a second. Cool. Like, it's not
Yeah.
the end of the world.
The Fitex overall. I had that. Like, how did he not?
Didn't you bully one of the open bodybuilders,
Yeah,
Jay?
he absolutely bullied that Magic Eye guy on stage. I know.
You outmassed this old guy on stage. I remember you boys posting up saying Finn with his dad on stage or some shit as well. I was like, what the fuck, these guys, man, calling me out. But yeah, it is what it is. Yesterday, these little comments and whatever. But like I said, I'm not too arsed. I came in my best ever. Me and Carl was super happy with it. Like, I was peeled. I was on. It was the best physique I've ever brought to stage. And it was good enough to fucking, you know, pip the second spot, which is awesome. I you know, when I was like standing there, it was a deep lineup. There was 8 of us, and you know, it's like you're backstage, you're looking around, you're looking at each guy, and I'm like, right, okay, I'm definitely beating that guy. I'm definitely beating that guy. So I had myself maybe like 5th, 6th. I never look at myself as like the shit in terms of being a bodybuilder as well. I'm not really super confident in myself as a bodybuilder. So I wasn't really putting myself in the mix in the top 4. But then when we got out there and went through everything and obviously the comparisons, I was like, I could be 5th, 4th year. And then obviously it's the first time I've ever had a first call out in a show. I've done 7 shows now. And because obviously low numbers in the shows previously, I've never had like a first call out. It's always just been like 3 or 4 competitors just straight into it. So yeah, it was my first experience being in a first call out, which was awesome. And then yeah, it was like pulled us out. Me and Matt were in the 1 and 2 spot, if you want to call it, out of the 4. Then they moved me out to the 3rd spot. Then they moved me to the 4th. And by this point, I was like, right, I need to fucking work as hard as I can to get back in here and just expose these guys for what they've not got and what I've got. Obviously, they've got more muscle, or 1 or 2 of them had more muscle than me. So I'm just going to have to expose them for what I've got going on. And hopefully that does the job. You know, I was definitely one of the, if not the most conditioned guy on stage. So that's going to play my favor. So I was literally just squeezing and fucking sucking and smiling. That was what I was going for. And it was enough because then obviously they switched me and Matt round, put him into the spot where I was, which was 4th. Then they put him around to the other side, which was 3rd. And they kept me there. And I was like, right, last couple of poses, let's just give it everything you've got because this is it now. And we took the 2nd spot, man. So I'm buzzing.
Oh, you look great, mate. The photos that I think Cal put up in the morning, when you got your, like, I think you might have had like your second layer of tan or whatever. I remember seeing them outside, and I was like, oh, mate, you looked really good. Like, sharp, your glutes. It was a front shot as well that I was like, this is like the best you've looked by quite some distance. When you were like, in there at 2nd, were you thinking like, oh, in there with the top, like you and then Lee. Were you thinking maybe, or were you thinking, nah, like this guy's probably going to win then?
Well, Lee, it was a funny one with Lee because when we were like having our tans and all that stuff, Lee went under the radar massively. I didn't even know he was there because at one point it was like I think it was 6 or 7 guys, and then it went. One guy got moved out to he was a bit too tall, so that he got moved up into the tall class. So the numbers went down, and I think it went down to like 5 or 6 competitors, and then all of a sudden we were like lining up, and there was 8 of us, and I was like, oh shit! And then I seen Lee. And I remember just seeing him, he had his t-shirt on, and I just remember seeing his fucking hamstring hanging out just underneath his t-shirt. And I was thinking, oh shit, this guy looks fucking dangerous. And obviously he's like clavicle width as well with his t-shirt on. I was like, right, so this guy's going to be dangerous up there as well. So when I was next to him, I was like, I've never really stood next to someone that has matched me on condition, but Lee definitely did. In certain areas as well. I mean, maybe I was sharpening my glutes and my party trick a little bit, so maybe the glutes were still sharper than him. But yeah, he just like he definitely out muscled me, and like look at them fucking shoulders and that width he's got on me. Like there was just no like battling that. But I also said I'd never beat Matt Hofton, and so I just obviously beat him, and I was in second, and I was like, well, maybe I could fucking beat this guy as well. Stranger things just did happen like 5 seconds ago with Matt being moved out.
I bet that was
So,
a case of like, oh my god, I've beaten Matt. Like now,
yeah,
I could easily win, like because it's just 2 left. But to be fair, Lee did look really good. It was weird. Like obviously seeing Matt come third,
it was.
and
And
then
he's great, man. I mean, just not sorry to cut you off, but like I went on to Matt, because Matt was like being very reserved backstage before we went out and wasn't really mingling and stuff. And I went on to him and I just said, look, mate, just want to say like it's an honor to fucking stand next to you because I followed you. I respect you as a bodybuilder. And the aim for me is just to stand next to good bodybuilders and just being able to battle it out with you toe to toe, whatever happens. And this was like obviously before I knew what place I was getting and stuff, but I just wanted to like show him the respect that I'm not some fucking kid that's coming here with poking my chest out or whatever. I'm obviously a fucking older guy myself. So I think everyone thinks I'm a little bit younger than I actually am, but I'm a wiser older man, and I just wanted to show him that respect as well. And I think that went down well because it kind of broke the ice with Matt a little bit, and hopefully, he feels like I give him the respect that he definitely deserves, and hopefully he carries on and guess what he deserves as well. At the universe.
How was he after the show? Could you tell that he was pissed, or was he sound like?
I mean, I didn't. I went on to him afterwards just to shake his hand and said, nice to meet him and stuff. But I'm sure he was like obviously pissed. There was a couple of posts I think he put on his story. I think he was like not doing the universe, and then he was doing the universe. And yeah, I think you know what it's like after getting. I've been there myself. Where at the FitX show 2 weeks ago, I was gutted after that one, to be honest. But you pull yourself out of the hole and then you crack on, and that's what Matt's been in the game a long time. He's been through these emotional states post-show, and you just pull yourself out and fucking get back at it, and then do what you do, like. And I'm sure he will do what he does best.
So, Reece, are these the photos you were on about saying that?
Yeah, the third photo. Skip to the third one. It's really, really good. Yeah, look at the glutes, legs. Yeah,
the
party trick.
Yeah,
yeah.
They are
They're
good.
nuts, mate. I don't know what. I don't even train them. They're just there.
It's mental, that, isn't it? But it must be from just like years of like leg training that's probably been a bit more glute dominant. Like, what have you done, like hip hinging, like deadlifts and stuff in the past, or?
Yeah, pulls from the floor is like, well, I say it again, it's a bit of a party trick. Like I can pull some decent weight from the floor, and obviously that transfers into that posterior chain. With the glutes and that, because when me and Cal first started working together, we did have glute work in there. But that was like a start of like a prep at the back end of like a bit of a sloppy, I wouldn't even call it off season, but it was a sloppy part of my life where I had a lot going on at home and stuff. So I was training, but I wasn't really looking after the diet and things. And then I was like body composition, couldn't really tell what was there and what wasn't at that point. So glute work was in there, and when the body fat started dropping, the glutes were like, Carl was like, oh, I think we'll pull the glute training now because they are definitely there to stay. So yeah.
So
it's just
what he pulled from the floor.
I was just about to say Reese was absolutely dying then. I could see him. He was like, what weight have you pulled? What weight have you pulled?
what's your bench, bro? What's your bench?
Yeah.
Pulling from the floor. I think peak at the point of last off season, I was pulling close to 7 plates RDL. So that was for about 8, I think, at one point. I know, like, I was chasing, like, obviously filming Jordan a lot when he's pulling this crazy weight. I was like chasing it constantly. So I got up to about nearly 7 plates, I think, on an RDL, like, for reps. And I think I was doing nearly 7 for that. And then maybe back. I remember at one point I was doing something like 5 or 6 plates for fucking 20 reps or some shit. So it was decent enough, like.
So this was.
I mean, I always get messages from like the likes of Jordan and that when I put my pulls up, with giving me the nod and the kudos. So I know when I get a like from JP on my fucking pulls from the floor, I'm like, right, I'm doing the thing here. So that's like a tick, It's like getting a gold star for the teacher in school, like.
To be fair, Matt looks good there.
He's great. Matt is a great fucking bodybuilder, bro. It's like it's apples and oranges at the end of the day, and I think the condition obviously that I brought was obviously the overruling factor. I think because the guy has got tons of fucking muscle on him, and he's he's really complete, like, so. It's one of those ones on the day, but again, the whole show in terms of it's not just about that, is it? It's going to be down to like the posing, the transitioning, how you're holding yourself in between poses, and like I said earlier, I had to use my strengths and expose them for what I had and they didn't have, and that was like in terms of, I think, my posing. I've always been told by many people, that from the top boys that I've always kind of handled myself as a professional in terms of my posing and my transitioning and holding poses and just being solid in them. So, that plays a massive role as well when you're up there, the schoolboys when it comes down to that.
Yeah. No, definitely. And to be fair, like I when you look at the photos, I can understand why you beat Matt and why you placed where you did. Like PCA, it's not just who's got the most muscle. It's criteria that I'd argue is probably more in depth than Two Bros, especially at like the top end regional levels, and especially with the pro qualifiers, because it's not just who's the biggest bodybuilder. And like your glutes were a lot sharper. PCA love a pair of glutes, hamstrings with detail. You were really full. You like I said, probably the most conditioned / Ewan, the guy who finished first one.
Lee, yeah.
It's not really a surprise, and it's cool to see like a really good class. I got to ask, mate. I remember seeing you. To be fair, me and Finn, when we used to go to Rotherham when we were both tiny. I mean, Finn. I mean, Finn, you've grown. Then this was like 20. This was like 2018. Yeah, you were probably bigger than me. This was 2019, 2020, before the first lockdown, and like around that sort of time. Yeah, around 2020 when it opened up. And I remember you filming there a few times. How long have you been like at it when it comes to not like your current role, but like actual bodybuilding? Like when did you get into it and all that sort of stuff?
I feel like then you were just the filming guy, and like then you started getting into it.
Yeah, kind of. So, like, just to cut a long story really short, I before Magic, I was DJing. Turning 30, I wanted to get in shape for my 30th, which was literally 10 years ago this week. Got in shape for that, like racing snake condition. Just stayed athletic for a good few years, started dabbling with Magic Eye, that kicked off. Got in front of obviously a few people in terms of the bodybuilding scene, started filming the likes of the JP crew, Cuba and all that lot. Started soaking everything up like a sponge from these boys, and the intensity level of the training and stuff. I don't think you can really talk about intensity unless you've experienced it, whether that's like in person. we can watch videos of intensity all day, but I don't think unless you've been there and seen it and experienced it, and I've obviously I've trained with these boys as well, so I've been put through that intensity level of training. I've just carried that over into my own training, and the last, I'd say, 4 years is where I've really kind of switched it on as a bodybuilder. So that's kind of where I've made the most progress, and I've yeah, definitely put all that like size on since then. The last 4 years, pretty much since COVID, yeah, I would say, mate.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you were filming for JP. Was it MJ's, if I'm not mistaken, when he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching. I think like everyone's watched those videos. Like,
Yeah, they were sick, mate. Sick times.
Videos. So, like,
Yeah.
if any, like, me and Finna, we've always said, like, I'm not gonna say fast tracked our progression, but like, we were both training with each other, and it was like, right, I'm gonna go to this level of intensity. You then have to beat it, and that's what we did throughout our teens and into our early 20s. So, if
Yeah.
you were watching JP and that just go at it every single fucking session, like, you'd be like, you're almost bound to be like, okay, that's the standard. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Like a sponge, mate, just soaking it all up, and then without even like consciously saying I'm gonna be this intense, I'm just doing it. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just seeing what they do, and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to be doing in my sessions. So, maybe not to that intensity, but this is kind of where I need to start going, and gradually, you just get more intense with it, and then all of a sudden you're kind of there, and that's how you fucking go at it.
No,
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about this.
Oof, it was
Post
good.
show. Tell us about what. So last night, I don't know
Yeah,
what. Let us know first of all. What are your plans? Because obviously you've done a couple of shows now, FitX, PCA. What are your plans for the rest of the season? And also, what did you do last night / today?
Plans for the rest of the season is nothing. That is the end of the season for me. I'm off to Dubai on Thursday with the wife for a week, just me and her for my birthday, because I'm turning 40 on Wednesday. And then, so that's it. After that, no plans right now. Just gonna get back to enjoying training, because training's been dire for fucking weeks and on end now with peak weeks, etc. Just get back to loving training, get back to slamming some weight, and then take hold of the rebound. So that's the plan in terms of my bodybuilding. And then I'm not sure what's coming from that. As I said, I'm 40 Wednesday. I've got to be really like realistic with where I'm at in life, in terms of my age and things, and not just the age, but what else is going on in my life with the business, with Magic Eye, with my podcast, and with other like things that I've got going on that I want to kind of invest more time into. I've also got like a 15-year-old daughter. She's got her GCSEs going on, so I really want to be there for her in the next year or so as well, making sure I'm not being too selfish with my own shit, that I'm there for her. So that's kind of like my plans in terms of that. Food wise, last night we obviously was up in Gateshead, so it was like 6 hours away from me. So we had a big old drive home. So we started it with the Five Guys, usual, bacon cheeseburger, all the trimmings with a grilled cheese on the side with all the trimmings. Then cookies, donuts. That was meal one.
How many?
What,
How many and what kind?
no chips, no fries from Five Guys.
Oh yeah, fries
Hey,
bacon.
you can't be missing out. These are the details.
Oh well, I thought that was
This is actually all that people care about, me. They don't care about
just the fries are a standard, mate. If you're not ordering fries, what are you doing? Like, so yeah, burger fries with a grilled cheese on the side from Five Guys, fully loaded.
What's a grilled cheese?
You've never had grilled cheese?
I've never had one, no.
Yeah, mate, it's like a toasty from Five Guys, but it's just
right, like a cheese toasty, yeah,
like a cheese toasty. But
they do those at Five Guys.
Yeah, man, they're fucking sick. They're banging.
Like with all the cheese you get in the burgers and
Yeah.
cook the chips with. That's like a diet protocol waiting to happen. Like that would be.
You know what? I don't like the cheese. Like I feel like the burger's better without the cheese. I feel like it takes away, it makes it more sickly. Like, yeah, I'm not.
It didn't yesterday.
Never even heard of that. Yeah, to be fair, like post show, you think you want everything, don't you, on top of it?
Yeah.
Right, so
but the grilled cheese is good.
What was the crack?
What's that?
How many cookies and where from? Because you can say,
Oh,
I had 2 cookies, but they're like cookie dealer ones and they're like 2,000.
nah. To be honest, like, because I'm sponsored by the Cookie Champions or the Cookie Dealer, they've
Yeah.
sent me I think I've got like maybe 2 or 3 boxes worth of cookies here. I'm one of these people that doesn't really focus on post-show food, because when I'm in prep and I've got a show coming up, I'm focused on the show. So I never really think about what I'm going to have after the show until that moment is actually there, like there and then. So the 2 shows I've done, I've completely forgot to take the cookies out the freezer to defrost them and take them with me, so they're still sitting there frosted up. So yeah, we just went to some like stand in the mall next. Well, it was like a little quick drive from the venue. There was like a donut and cookie stand. So I had two filled donuts. One was a white chocolate milky bar, something with like, it was filled with all like white chocolate cream. It was sick. I had one of those. I had a Biscoff cookie, and then I've also had a filled Ferrero Rocher donut as well. So 2 donuts and a cookie.
Was the little stand called like baked or something? Because there's like a few of those around. They're like these little baked stands.
Something like that it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
there's one in Foss Park, and every time I walk past it, I'm like, oh, that does look good. But
Yeah,
then
that we passed
they're
a
like over the top, aren't they? Like some massive
yeah,
wedges and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. But what they do with these donuts, sometimes they'll make them up and they look banging, but they've just got, it's just a fucking donut with a topping.
Yeah.
So I was like, it needs to be filled, girls. So which ones are filled? Just show me the filled ones, and then I'll
It's
have the
too
filled
filled.
one. Yeah. So I had the filled one. I had 2 filled ones, and then they had a filled cookie or a flat cookie Biscoff. So I went for the flat Biscoff cookie because I had 2 filled donuts, and then so that was meal one, and then an hour later I just craved a meal deal from fucking services. So I had a chicken mayo sandwich, flaming hot monster munch, and a Snickers duo, which is the go-to. Then an hour later, I fancied some chicken and rice, so I had fucking chicken and rice, but I had some drizzled peanut butter on top of that. And then I had a muffin, a squares bar because bodybuilding. And then when I got home, so that was like, I kind of paced myself on the journey home because it was like 6 hours. And then I went to McDonald's on the way home. Big Mac, 2 mayo chickens, large fries, and 6 cheese bites. That
You
was
gone
me.
all out. What was your body weight?
I didn't weigh myself, man. I wasn't bothered. But I woke up at 3:15 because the prep alarm was still on in my head. I was in
That's
the,
not the prep alarm. That's the trend and the lipolytics, bro.
Yeah.
my sleep is dog shit. You won't believe. It's been like it since my first prep in 2022. Shocking. So yeah, I just got to the gym this morning, did some cardio, had a sauna, and then me and the wife went for breakfast this morning, which is that post I put up this
Yeah, that
earlier
looked.
with the time.
Where was that? It looked well good, mate.
Place called Haystack. We've just had one open up in
Oh
our
yeah.
in our town. So yeah, I was just gonna go for like the regular fry up breakfast, but then she was like, "Oh, did you see they do pancakes?" And I was like, "Nope." So I thought,
They do look like good pancakes as well. Then.
yeah, I thought if there's gonna be a moment that I'm gonna have the two, then today is definitely that day. So I just thought, so I spent 50 quid on breakfast this morning, but it was worth every penny.
It does look good.
Yeah, it
Nice
was
man.
good.
So what you go to Dubai? You say Wednesday?
Thursday, birthday's Wednesday.
Oh
We
yeah.
head there Thursday for a week. Um, yeah, just me and the missus, just for some downtime, mate. It's been so busy because life's a bit chaotic. Like in the back end of last year, after my preps last year, I was a few months into off season. I got quite ill, walked away from bodybuilding, lost my shit, my head fell off, then got back to bodybuilding from the beginning of this year. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster the last 12 months, really. So I need this week to kind of just take a step back from not only like the chaos of like work and prep and that, but just bodybuilding as well, and give her some time, pay my prep debts as we have.
Yeah. That's nice, man. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there, man. Appreciate your time and happy birthday as well, you old man.
Mate, I'm old. I can't fucking
I
deny
thought
it.
I was getting old. I'm 27 on Friday, and I feel old, mate. So, but to be fair, it's like this isn't me being like in any way joking. Like, it's cool to see. I don't see you as 40 at all. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like
Mm.
your your business, you as a bodybuilder, like it's cool to think like where you're at is still over 10 years down the line from where like me and Reese are at. So yeah, mate,
Yeah.
like, that's really cool.
I hadn't even started anything that I'm doing now until I was gone. I was like midway through my early 30s until I really kind of started getting my shit together in terms of Magic Eye
Yeah.
and everything like that. Because prior to that, I was just DJing and, playing basketball. That was like my thing. And then everything kind of snowballed after I started filming myself in a fucking DW Sports gym on my GoPro. And that's how I started Magic Eye. And then from
All
there,
that.
it kind of just snowballed. So yeah, you're never too old to
That's
start
true, man.
something, as they say.
I feel like as well,
Nice.
people will see you as like one of, if not the top like guy when it comes to videography, and like you just got into it by, like you say, just filming yourself. And again, like you're never too old. You could have easily been like, oh, I'm too old to start that or that. Like
Yeah,
people, like we'll hear people, like we'll have clients who are like 22, 23, and they're like, oh, I just don't think this is for me. Or like, it's like,
yeah,
you've got so much time ahead of you. Like, yeah,
that's
we were
it,
literally
man.
saying like, don't settle, just like try new things. If you're not happy, do
Yeah.
other things, find what you enjoy, find what you're good at. Like,
One thing I talk about a lot to people is a lot of people these days try and force themselves into an obsession where, they'll see people that are obsessed with something. Like people might see me obsessed with bodybuilding or you boys, and they try to force themselves and put themselves into that obsession because they see how much passion and everything that you've got for it. And then when you're trying to force an obsession, it normally bites you back in the arse, and then you're doing something not really into just for the sake of being part of something.
yeah,
And if you really want to go at something, I mean, I feel like I'm a motivational speaker right now with this, but like go with what you're passionate with, because being passionate about something ultimately will take you places. I always say it. I was passionate about my training. I started documenting it. I was passionate about the video side of things and making cool content from my own shit. And 8 years down the line, I'm filming some of the top guys, and I've got some of the top boys texting me today saying congratulations on the look yesterday because I'm friends with them. So
yeah.
it's true. Like passion takes you places. So we'll end on that one if you want, man, because that's my
Yeah.
little corny, cheesy quote for
No, that was good,
the
man.
old guy.
That was
Yeah,
good. Cool, man. Right. Appreciate your time, mate. And
no worries.
we'll have to get you on at some point in the studio.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah.
That'd be
On my
cool. Yeah.
travels, I'm always up your way, you know that.
Yeah. We'll get it sorted.
Whether we get like a session or something before, that'd
Yeah.
be quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just let me know, man. I'm always on the
Cool,
road.
man. Yeah. All right.
Right.
Appreciate your
Good
time,
time.
mate.
Thank
Catch you,
you,
mate.
boys. Take it easy.
Right.
Nice one. Bye bye.
That was nice.
It was.
Yeah. Right.
Nice
Getting
guy.
back. Yeah. No, getting back into the rest. So that's the J part. Now it's on to men's physique and some of the female classes, I guess. Well, to be fair, we've got bodybuilding tour as well, haven't we? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So again, shout out to Lee because he was very, very good. That class was really cool. Like to see those three at a PCA show, like that'd have been good to be there.
Yeah, it
Um,
would have been.
bodybuilding tall winner was Carl. Looks good. Obviously, standard not quite the same as medium, but also you often see that like with the tall classes, it's a taller frame to fill out, but looks good. He's got good arms, especially for a taller guy.
Yeah.
Again, the tans aren't great, are they? Like what Jay was saying.
And then ladies, toned figure.
Yeah, was there anybody that stood out in the female classes?
I saw the reel of that girl that you're on now, 254 likes, 18.9k views. I saw someone share it saying, "What a smile!" So you can judge her smile, mate. She's got a
That
nice smile, I
smile.
guess. Yeah, that's. I saw someone share it saying like, "What a nice smile," and I was like, "Oh, it is actually quite a nice smile." So Eleanor, good smile.
Nice
Unlucky on
smile.
getting second.
So
Yeah,
who
nice
did
smile.
she get beaten by? Brooke came third.
Feedback. Good smile. Just that's all it
So
is.
she got
Good
beaten
smile.
by Charlotte. Charlotte Martin. first place toned figure.
Oh,
Again,
look, the Martian. Martin.
yeah,
Stephen
we need to talk about the Martian.
Yeah.
To be fair, this class looks pretty good. These two look absolutely jacked.
That was fucking huge. She's bigger than both of us. What the fuck?
Trained figure.
Yeah. Yeah, she's jacked.
It's good in it, especially because like with the cover photos, like I feel like they always like choose. Obviously, they try and choose the cover photo that looks the best. Like that's really fucking good. The quads are ridiculous. Men's physique, any standouts? I saw Jake competed again. Came second. Spoke about him at the other one. This guy,
Mr. Aesthetic, I think his name is.
yeah,
He
Mr.
did the
Athletic 13.
Scottish show
Yeah.
the day before. Got first, and I think maybe like second or third, and I think got third in the overall. I think, or oh yeah, I'm guessing got third. Yeah,
That's good. Really nice midsection.
Yeah.
Very well suited to men's physique.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, he's like his legs even like you can see he trains legs like. He
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
have...
mean it in that sense. I just mean his
no.
body,
I
like
mean,
very
no,
good.
his lower body looks good. Like you can see his hamstrings, you can see like his quads,
Yeah.
like his legs look good in those shorts, which is nice. Especially like his glutes as well. So yeah, really good midsection, like tight, dry, hands nice, looks like pretty grain.
Posing's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well deserved physique winner. Bikini, anybody stand out? I'm trying to look at the ones that have got the most views as well, because usually they're like the standout ones. Elaine Ray, I think is how you would pronounce that. Masters bikini.
Masters. Hey, she looks about 23, 24.
I know.
No chance she's a Masters.
That's mental.
Bro, if she's over 35, like we need to like check her passport.
Is that what Masters is for PCA 35?
Sure, yeah.
Shannon will be Masters soon.
You'll be Masters soon, mate. You're almost 27. That's crazy. I feel like you've skipped 26. But you haven't been 26.
I feel like I've skipped like 24, 25, and 26. I remember like being like early 20s and they've just gone. Yeah, old bloke now.
Yeah, no, mate. You'll be saying inspirational quotes on other podcasts in about 5 years.
I know, just give me some time. He was sound, to be fair, J1. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
So yeah, she won the overall, which I'm not surprised. Elaine, and then the figure overall, I think, was the Masters figure winner as well. Let's just scroll back down. I think, did we miss her? Here she is. Oh, athletic figure. She's doing what you hate, mate. Starting from the back.
Not a fan. No, it's not what I hate. I just don't know why. I just, for some reason, in my brain, it's just like, just start from the front. I think for girls, it's a bit different because it can be a bit more flamboyant. But like, if you're a guy and you're like getting on your knees and turning around or something from the start, it's like just hit a most muscular, like walk out and do like a front double at least. Come on.
She looks really good. Her glutes are like very, very lean. Like when she's transitioning into poses, like detail through her glutes. Like look at that. Like,
yeah,
very good. So the overall winners we had, they obviously they have the reel of all four of them. So it was Mr. Aesthetic, the physique winner. Can't remember his actual name. Obviously Lee won the bodybuilding. Cat Stone was the figure winner, and then Elaine Ray, who looks 20 but apparently is Masters.
And there's no chance. I'm sorry. I need to fact check it. We need to both message her and be like, we're on the podcast. Can we please get you on right now? There is no chance. We
need your passport now. Elaine. Please come on the podcast.
Can you send us a screenshot of your credit card details, sort code, national insurance number? That'd be great.
I'm just trying to double check it because maybe she is, but
crazy.
Yeah, she must be, look, because ladies bikini, Masters bikini second place, Masters bikini third place. So she is. Fair play to her. What's her like? We need
She
we
looked,
need some like
yeah,
tips
what?
from her as to keep yourself looking youthful.
Yeah, that is mental. She literally, I thought she was like a junior. Like that's
I
so
honestly,
massive.
I actually clicked on it and I thought it's probably the junior. Like it's a very good junior.
Yeah, yeah,
Mental.
fair enough.
Right. And we
Right.
get so
Do you want to have a chat quickly about the Pittsburgh Pro, mate? We can put it in the title. We can clickbait. Have
yeah,
like 2 minutes. Yeah,
yeah.
we mentioned we would. What were your thoughts, mate? Do you want to type in maybe buys and tries? I'd say. I think they had some photos. I know bodybuilding.
It was what's his name? It's like is it
Bodybuilders
like
about board.
Stilco Productions or something?
Yeah.
Basically, the guy who does the photos for those shows. It might be on Buys and Tries that we can then click onto it.
Buys and tries actually followed me like a week ago, and I was like, sick. I've made it.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
they had the photo.
Photos
So
courtesy of Jay Cutler.
the comments nowadays, isn't it funny when like someone gets to the top, people just love to fucking shit on them. Like, can't believe that's Mr. Olympia. All the
Yeah.
comments when Eric posed here last year, no, the year before, 2022, and he looked ridiculous. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Now it's because he's Mr. Olympia. It's like, not that good.
Yeah, but also people don't understand you need some context. Like Derek's in his off season, he's not a week out like Nick or like Martin. Like so people go, "What? He looks fat or he looks small," like because he's got a smaller frame. He's obviously not as big as like Samson, for example. But mate, he still looks stupidly good.
He does look that most muscular. He looks almost photoshopped with how small he is. Like he literally looks about 3 foot. Like
He's
genuinely looks like
short, isn't he?
yeah,
So yeah, Nick, what 1 week out?
yeah.
It was the main comparison, wasn't it, Nick and Martin? And I think like everyone's going, oh, like Martin could push him. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near him. Like he looked decent, but even just clicking on that versus that, like it's a different league in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nick's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Martin's good, really good, especially from the rear. I think Martin's sharper from the rear, but again, one specific photo doesn't always do people justice. But yeah, I'd
People
be
love
very surprised if Nick didn't just go and clean up.
people love to hype up anyone new. It's like last year when was it is it Brett Wilkin? I think it's
Yeah,
Brett. Is it Brett?
yeah,
Uh, yeah, when he won, was it? I think it's Brett. I'm 99% sure.
it is.
No, the guy who was sponsored by Hostile. Is that who I'm on about? Is that Brett? I'm pretty sure it is.
Brett
He was
Wilkin, he's not been about for like a year, but he was quite a big deal for a few months.
Brett Wilkin, Brett the Butcher. Yeah, no, this guy. There was another guy that his training partner, who I'm pretty sure he's prepping for a show. He qualified for the Olympia last year. He was sponsored by Hostile, and then he left to go to HD. I can't remember entirely what his name was, but he won a show last year and then finished like dead last at the Olympia. But people literally were like, "Oh my god, he won his first pro show. He's gonna be so good." And like Martin's won a pro show. He's good. You're talking against a guy like Nick, who's legitimately a top 3 to 5 bodybuilder in the
Here it
world.
is. Told you. Sorry, Gilco Productions. This is it.
Yeah,
This is the guy. He's got
people
it
just
all
love to
up on here.
people love just to hype up anyone who's new. And someone like Martin, we saw him in 2022 at the Arnold's in the UK. We thought he looked really good. We were like a bit surprised when I think he got fourth there. We thought he could have easily been like, we thought he was winning at one point when it comes to like his overall
He was
balance.
really good.
It was really good. But is he going to beat Nick? I would be stunned if he beats Nick. He isn't in
No
the
chance.
same league as
Remember,
Nick.
we've seen these two guys live as well.
Mate, Ali looks his midsection. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's the sharpest midsection I've ever seen in men's physique. Like
It is nice.
flat out. I don't think I've had a
He
midsection
was
as
at
sharp as
the
that. Like
Arnold's
really.
when you competed, wasn't he? Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah,
did the
yeah,
pro
he
show.
won that.
That's the first time when I seen him. Yeah, he won
Yeah,
it and he looked ridiculous. Like he won it and he just looked like the guy.
yeah, he looks great.
I don't know if there's
These
a
are the top two.
comparison of the like I don't know if they did a comparison on here of just like the guest posing.
They did. They went through a round of. Yeah, they had Urs and Ramon to the side, and then they had the open
Yeah,
guys
I know
like
they
in the
did.
middle.
I'm just saying I don't know if it's
I think
on
they had
here.
He looks like he's just filming the reels and stuff. He must love reels and not actually widescreen angles. There's Gilco Productions. Gilco Reels is what he needs to be called because he just loves them.
Do they have one on Buys and Tries?
I watched it this morning on Fuad's, with AJ Kelly and Ian Valier. I did watch that. So that was my morning watch, and they had it on there. But I think it was a screen recording from AJ
From
Kelly.
the
AJ
actual,
Kelly. Guys, he's amazing.
His voice is mental, isn't it?
Yeah. So sharp.
It sounds like he's joking. It sounds like he's taking the piss.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very. I'd like to speak to him in person, just see what he's like, because he's a bit like if he spoke. Imagine being like, "Hi, mate," and he was, "Hi, mate."
Yeah, he's like,
hell.
"Hello."
Yeah. Right. Nice to meet you, bro. So yeah, and then he was saying, I think Ian and that was saying, Samson was like natty doing this.
Yeah. Did you hear
like,
him?
No,
He goes,
no anabolics.
He was
But
like,
the
"That's
thing
really
is-
impressive for being completely natural." That's what he said.
Yeah. They're completely natural, but on GH. And then also, I think a lot of people forget, and this is again, I'm not trying to call out these guys, but if you don't pin for 4 weeks, you're not natural. You still have
No,
there's esters.
exactly. This is what I mean. Like if
he
you
comes off 6 weeks, he might not pin for 6 weeks. He's natty for 0 of those weeks.
But
he
even
might
if
have
he
a week
didn't
where
pin ever again, he's still not going to be natty. You know what I mean? It's like when they go completely natty, completely natural. It's crazy. Look at him. He's completely natural. It's like, what do you expect him to do? Just deflate in 2 weeks? Like, it's not going to happen. But yeah, anyway, it was cool. This guy looks like Adam, what's his name? McEnroe or whatever on the club. Look at his face.
That's good, man. Yeah. Yeah, he does actually. I'm just waiting him to hear him to shout Ten Hag out.
Like, Ten Hag about Man United. Right. Let's wrap it up there, mate. Because I mean, I don't think there was anybody that was that worthy of sort of chatting about in the actual show. Everyone was buzzing about the guest posing, weren't they?
Yeah, that'd be that. Right. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Show reviews are still coming. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed the pit with Jay and stuff like that. We've got some cool content coming out as always. Finn goes away to Barcelona on Thursday, so we'll probably see if we can get one in person or whatever, so that can come out in the meantime. When are you actually back, Finn? How long are you there for?
I go on Thursday morning. I get back on Monday night.
Oh, fair enough. Cool.
Yeah,
right.
Nice few days off.
One in the comments, if you got to this part of the video, wish Finn a happy trip and a safe travel.
Happy birthday! It's my birthday, guys.
4 days, is it?
On Friday, 17th of May. Anybody wants to send me a gift or any nice messages? Yeah, please do. Really make my day.
That's that. Right. Bye, guys. See you later. Ciao, mate.